Hey y'all, what's up? This is Jesse Both, the 19th hole, and we're here for the rookie walkthrough guide. Yes, the holes were just released today. I've had some time to play them, and hopefully I have the information you need to increase your standing on the tournament this week. So hopefully y'all got your pen and paper ready, hopefully ready to take some notes, and let's go ahead and get started. First off, we have hole number 1. Hole number 1 is a par 4. And as you all can see, it is not one of the new holes, but it is a hole that I think some of us have come to really like. I know myself, I like this hole. This is a hole we're going to play with a plus 20% adjustment for the wind, over water, downhill. We're going to play this one in rookie with an extra mile. And I would say either a Titan ball or a Katana ball. Basically, what we're trying to do is we're trying to land our ball in this zone right here, off the tee. And we want to use enough backspin and left spin to skip over the bunker, top right about there, and roll onto the green. Depending on the kind of wind we have, it may be easier said than done. So I would definitely encourage you to make sure that you get over the bunker, at least somewhere in chipping area. You know, maybe you can only get into this area right there, but from there you still have a really easy chip to the hole. But if you do have the clubs and the balls to use that backspin and left spin, definitely do that. If you have a left to right wind, you may have to use left curl. But if you have a good right to left wind, then just use the natural wind to help push that ball towards the hole and toward the green. But you do need to use curl possibly if you do have a left to right wind. If you have a good tailwind, that's nice. A headwind, that may be more of the part where you're really just trying to get the ball past that bunker and somewhere within chipping range of that hole. There is one other option here on this hole, and that is the rough bump. You're going to land your ball somewhere in here and filter it up to the hole that way. In my opinion, that's more of a risky shot right there. But if you do want to take it, you know, it's going to be anywhere from 0 to 1 bar of topspin, and you're going to use a right spin, a good amount of right spin on that shot, just to keep the ball directed towards the hole, because it is a right to left kind of a slope there on that rough area. So you do want that extra right spin to kind of counteract that left slope of the rough. So definitely keep that in mind. But my tip is to try to set yourself up for a shot at the hole for that eagle. Even if it is a chip off of the green, make sure to do that. Don't go past into the bunker or into the rough area back here. That's definitely not areas that you want to be. All right, moving on to hole number 2. And this is one of the brand new holes. This is a par 3. For the rookies, I would say probably going to be going with either the Viper or a Goliath here. Most likely what we're going to be looking for is some sort of a skip off of this little fairway patch area. Possibly a rough bump off there is also in the cards here for this shot. I would say that you want to bring either a Quasar or a Katana ball. You do want a ball with a good amount of spin on it for this shot. If you're going to go with the rough bump, and you want to make sure to have the Goliath, because the Goliath has topspin. So I would say somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 2-ish topspin should give you a good shot at the hole here. I have not tried the Goliath rough bump, but I have tried the shot off of the little fairway island looking area. And if I remember that correctly, it was about something about 1 bar of topspin. Basically all you can do is basically just aim your ball at the hole as best as you can. Hopefully you'll get that good roll and get the ace on this hole. So yeah, if you do have the chance to take your shot off that small island with the wood, it's probably going to be about 1-ish or so backspin for that shot. So that's hole number 2. Hole number 3. Let's get this right. All right, hole 3. And hole 3 is a par 5. I would say you're going to adjust this one with a 10% adjustment for the wind for the downhill shot. You're looking at probably your extra mile or even possibly your quarterback. If you want to use your quarterback on this hole, that would definitely be a possibility. I would suggest either a Quasar ball or a Katana ball. Your landing zone is going to be in this zone right here. And what you want to do is, bounce right there. Try to roll your ball up into that zone right there. The way you're going to do that is you're going to go with about 4 to 5 bars of topspin and full spin to the right. If you have a left to right wind, you don't really need to use a lot of curl. But if you do have a right to left wind, you do need to use full curl. So depending on the kind of clubs you have, if you know we have a strong right to left wind, you may want to go with more of a quarterback to get that extra curl, because lower level extra miles don't tend to have a lot of curl. So if we do have a left to right wind, your extra mile with a little bit of curl will be okay. But if we have a right to left wind, then I would definitely say you got to use the quarterback to get that extra amount of curl for your shot. So left to right wind, extra mile and quarterback are both okay. Use a little bit of curl. But if you have a right to left wind in the rookie, I would definitely say quarterback, because you want to use a little bit extra curl for that shot. For the second shot here, also going to be adjusting this one at 10%. Your shot's going to be going from this zone right here, most likely landing in there, right there, and have a straight shot to the green. This is definitely a chance at an albatross. I've seen it done in previous tournaments on this hole, so it's definitely not out of the question for that shot. You will want to be using some backspin on that shot. I like to aim my shot a little bit to the right side of that hole and kind of let the slope of the green work that ball into the hole for that albatross. So definitely good luck to you all on that hole. You do want to make sure you do stay out of that bunker right there. Don't go too far into the rough right there. Those are definitely danger areas. If for some reason you do hit this this rough right here and just barely roll into this fairway section here, you still can get to the green on your second shot, but you may have to jump your shot from before that rough with the wood club and over that rough. You still have a chance to roll it up to the hole that way as well. So if you go short on the drive, you still have a chance to get to the green in two. You just have to jump that shot over the rough instead of flying over the rough in the air. Alright, so next hole we have here is hole number 4. Hole 4. And it is a par 4. Uh-oh. Nope, didn't want that. Par 4. This is one of the new holes on the tournament. I would definitely say probably an extra mile here would be good. But you could possibly also use the big topper on this hole. That's definitely not out of the question. I would say go with your Thorn and your Saturn, both clubs with a lot of backspin. I would definitely use the Titan ball on this hole. Yeah, don't get cheap on this hole. You want to go with the extra power ball, so go with the Titan ball. You want to go with at least 5 bars of topspin. Basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking your drive to the second little island. You'll be laying it in here and hopefully going up here. You want to get past that line. Because if you don't get past that line, you may not have a clear shot to the hole. So definitely keep that in mind. You want to get past that line to have a clear shot at the hole. As you can see, if you look at that green, it is a very bumpy green. So there won't be any kind of like, laying up your shot short, letting it roll into the hole with a nice easy glide into the hole. It's a very bumpy green, so this is one of those holes where you're going to have to take your shot to the hole with a lot of backspin and basically must back it up into the hole. There won't be any of those two backspin, let it roll into the hole type of deals here, at least on a very consistent basis. Your more consistent shot will be your full spin backspin shot with that short or your long iron, and that's in my opinion. So we'll have to see how it actually pans out once the tournament hits, see what kind of wins that we get. Another option that you have is if you can't get that far up, if you can't go long, then go short here. You'll have a second shot to the green that way. But you don't want to get in this zone right here because you got to go through that tree and that won't work out too well. So either go long, past the line, or short on the front edge of that tree line. Okay, so that is your two options right there. So we're moving on. Hole number 5. And hole number 5 is a par 3. This is a par 3 that we've all seen, and it wasn't too many tournaments ago that we saw it. We will play this one with the plus 20% for the downhill over water. I would say in the rookies, you're probably going to be using the Viper. Maybe a Sniper if you have a Sniper a little bit higher level, but most likely a Viper. Quasar, Katana ball, you want a ball with some spin. Not much has changed on this hole. You're going to be landing it somewhere in this zone right here. You want just the edge of your ball guide to be right on the fringe of the green. You want to use 4 to 5 bars of backspin, max right spin, and the only time you will need to use curl is you have a right to left wind. If you have a right to left wind, then you need to use that right curl. But if you have a left to right wind, I would not use curl. I would just naturally let the wind take the ball to the hole. Do remember the green does slope backwards like that. It slopes down like this, but it definitely slopes away from the hole off the back edge. So don't overdo your shot. Make sure to have that backspin on that shot so that you can stop the ball towards the hole. Just the edge, the tip of the ball guide isn't just going past the fringe, just barely onto the green. Let that ball roll and give you a chance at getting the ace. It is possible, kind of rare, but it's definitely a possible shot to make from there. All right, moving on to our next hole is hole number 6. And hole number 6 is a par, I think this is a par 5. Yeah. No, this is a par 4. Par 5. This is a par 5. This is an old hole, but this is a hole where they made a few little changes, but I don't think the changes really have made any difference in the way we're going to play the hole. I would say, you're going to have a Viper or a Sniper for your second club. You can play your first shot with extra mile or a quarterback from the front tee, and you will be playing this with a 20% adjustment on the shot. You're going to be landing your shot in this zone right here and trying to spin it around to that area of the fairway. If you're playing it to the right, if you're going to play it to the right, play it that way. And I made a mistake. This is only a 10% adjustment for the wind, not a 20%, just a 10% adjustment for this shot off the tee. So if you're going to play your shot to the right like that, you will be playing your second shot to the green, and you will be laying it in there somewhere, bouncing over it. Don't worry about those bushes. They will not affect your shot at all. At first, when I played this hole, I thought, oh, they take the shot away, but the ball goes straight through the bushes. No sign of obstruction or anything like that. So you're going to play that shot with about, if you got a tailwind behind you, you're going to play that with 1 ball of backspin. Line that shot right up with the hole. If you got a headwind, you're going to play that with about 1 bar of topspin. Line that shot up right up with the hole. Now, if you do have a tailwind, you want to go to the left side, you can play to the left side. I would recommend going with a Titan ball if you want to play to the left side, though. You want to land your shot somewhere in there with a lot of topspin because you want to be able to bounce over the water, bounce right about there, and you want to get your shot up into that zone right there. From there, you're going to have a short iron or a long iron to the hole. You may possibly have to bounce it here and over the rough, or you can maybe land it here with a little bit more of a direct shot to the hole. It just all depends on where you're able to get on that that left fairway on the shot. So definitely check that out. Definitely options right there. So now we're going to move on to our next hole, and that's hole number 7. So hole number 7. And hole number 7 is a par 4. Hole number 7 is a brand new hole, and I would definitely recommend going with the extra mile and a Saturn and a Thorn for this shot, because this is another shot where you're going to be using a lot of backspin on this second shot. I would definitely say Quasar or a Titan ball. If you want to play, I would say there's about 2 ways to play this shot for you all. The best way to play it would be to land your shot right here and bounce it over this water and land it on the fairway right here. Hopefully roll up into this area right here. That is one way to play the shot. I'm kind of wondering if there'd be another way to play this shot where you're going to land the ball on this fairway section right here and kind of bounce it up to here. That seems like it'd be a little bit more of a dangerous and risky way to play this hole. To me, I would stick more with the left side shot personally. But, you know, practice the holes, figure out what your clubs look like. If you have a little bit better clubs, you may be able to make that middle shot a little bit better than that left shot. There's also the possibility where you can jump the ball here over into this zone right here and then take a shot over the trees to the green. I don't know if that would really be a possible way to play this hole on the rookie. I think the rookie, the best way to play it is going to that left side, honestly. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see what the winds look like in the tournament to really be able to gauge the way we're going to play these holes. You know, these are brand new holes, so, you know, this is my guidance after only being able to play these a few times each. Things develop as you play the holes, especially in the tournament. So definitely keep your eyes and ears open during the first few days of the tournament. Maybe you will find some different ways to play these holes, maybe some tricks and tips that someone else may find and post on maybe the 19th hole. But definitely, I would not cement these ways in your mind just yet, but these are definitely things to think about as you practice on tours 4, 7, and 11 during the weekend. So that was hole number 7. This is also another hole that has a very kind of uneven, bumpy green. So you're going to be looking at more of a second shot to the green with a lot of backspin instead of running the ball up to the green and up to the hole like we maybe normally would do. So we are going to move on to our next hole. This is hole number 8. And it is a par 3. This is a brand new par 3, one that we haven't seen. Just one moment. So this is a new par 3, one that we haven't seen yet. You know, to me, it's a fairly simple par 3. You're going to be going with the Goliath or a Viper, maybe a lower level sniper on this hole. I would definitely recommend going with a lower power ball on this hole because you can possibly find yourself in between clubs taking this shot. Basically, your shot is going to be off this island, somewhere right in here. And from there, you're going to be bouncing straight to the hole. That's going to be your way to play this one. It's either going to be a Goliath. If you play it with the Goliath, it's going to be 2 bars of topspin, somewhere around there, and just aim it as straight to the hole as you can. But if we have a headwind or a side wind, we may possibly be able to play that shot with a low-level sniper. With a tailwind, you won't be able to play it with a sniper. But with a headwind or a side wind, it might be possible with a sniper or a Viper for that shot. There is also another possible shot here that I have messed around with a little bit, and that is the rough bump shot right there off that rough. I have gotten pretty close. I've seen someone make the ace on that hole using the rough bump. So that is definitely an option. One maybe for you to practice during the weekend and see if it's one that you think is worth the risk. Risk versus reward, how that works. So definitely something to think about right there. So I would definitely check out those different ways to play this hole and experiment with what works best for you. Okay. All right, so moving on, hole number 9. This is the last hole, and this is a hole that I think has some pretty good chances of getting the albatross on. Yes, the albatross. There are several ways you can play this hole as well. I would definitely recommend going with the extra mile, and if you're going to play to the right side, you're going to play with the big dog. If you want to play to the left side, I would say maybe get that sniper or Viper out. Because you do want that extra ball guide, especially with the sniper. That may help you get that extra ball guide and give you a chance at the albatross. Yes, the albatross. So if you're going to play left, you're going to play with full topspin. You want at least probably 4 to 5 bars of topspin and right spin. Basically, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be landing your tee shot right there. and trying to jump over, land right here, roll off into this fairway right there. Okay, that's the way you're going to play that shot right there. If you're going to play the shot to the right, you're going to play it right about here, bouncing over here, and trying to get up into this zone right here. A little bit more risky with the bunkers, but that is the other way to play this shot. Now this is where it gets interesting for your second shot. If you're playing it to the right side, this is where we're going to be using the big dog. You're going to be looking to land it up in this zone right here. It's going to be a fairly decent curl shot. A lot of left curl with this shot. That's why I said the big dog, because the big dog at low levels has a good amount of curl. You can still possibly get to the green on your second shot using that curl. But if you go straight and don't use the curl, you may end up in the bunker right here or the rough right here. So definitely try to make sure to use that curl if you do play to the right side. Now, if you're going to play the ball to the left side, this is where the Viper or the Sniper may come into play. You can play your shot from here. You know, if you can get up into this zone right here, it'd be even better. But from right here, you can play your shot up to this zone right here. And if you have that ball guide, maybe you can get that good roll to the hole with a good amount of left spin. So I would definitely recommend the Titan ball on this hole for either of the shots, no matter which way you decide to go. But those are the paths that I see on this hole, and the ways that you can get to the green. Possibly give yourself a chance at the Albatross. I would say that left route gives you a better chance of the Albatross than the right route, just because you have that, you know, that kind of that unknown with all that left curl that's needed to kind of get that ball around that that area. I don't know if it's rocks or trees, but around that area in the middle of the fairway up near the green. So definitely take this information, write down some notes, apply it to your practice over the weekend. Get out there, play the new holes, and hopefully y'all can get comfortable with, you know, the way you want to play this course come qualifying on Monday. And that's all I got for you all. Thank you all for joining me here today. Definitely check us out on Golf Clash the 19th hole. If you're not a subscriber yet to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, please. That way you can be notified when I do release new video content and also when I do stream. So I will be streaming content for rookie, pro, and expert throughout the week. So definitely check that out as well. So once again, thank you all. My name is Jesse Both, and I am the creator of the 19th hole. And it's been a pleasure talking to you all and hopefully helping y'all, you know, maybe take the steps to get closer to getting that gold this upcoming weekend. Y'all take care. God bless. Have a good one.